So it's 5:30 in the morning, and I know that's like crazy early, but I had a hard time sleeping last night because I've been so like excited. I have like so many bags under my eyes, I look like I'm dead. So we're going to finish packing and we're going to reweigh the bags to make sure they're under the 50-pound limit. And yeah, and then we're going to be on our way to the airport. It's time to say goodbye to my first apartment ever. It's time to say goodbye to Fujo. Goodbye, my apartment. You've been so good to me. Goodbye. Goodbye, 1206. I'm gonna miss you. You've been good to me, my friend. I'm in Japan, and I'm in quarantine, and they don't know what's happening with my flight. I can't leave. I got brought into a separate room, taken away from everyone. And when they first heard I was American, they were all screaming at each other, going, "America team, America team," like, because I was the only American on that flight, and there was only like 6 people on that flight. So now they pulled me aside. I can't get through, and now here I am sitting in quarantine, not sure what to do because they're telling me I can't. They're telling me I can't leave, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm safe. Fujo was safe when I left. So this is kind of a disaster so far. So pray for me, guys. All right. Good morning, my beauty queens. We are finally getting to leave today. I'm going to my ticket counter. I guess that's what she would say. Going to my ticket counter now. So far, ever since that quarantine thing yesterday, everything's been fine. It's run very smoothly. I just couldn't leave the airport. I had to stay here. They're like, you can't get on public transportation. You can't leave because I'm like a health hazard. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Sucks because it was a 21-hour layover, but it's fine. I stayed in a hotel here, so I got to spend the night, and my tired butt was more than happy to sleep in that capsule. But I'll give you an update when I get through. Security to give you the whole story. So, fun fact, Japan has strawberry Coke, and I don't know if it's just because I haven't drank soda in a very long time, but this crap is crazy, crazy sweet. But anyway, that's not why I'm doing this little video, and I'm sorry, this is kind of an awkward angle for y'all. Like, y'all are sitting on my carry-on, which is sitting with my neck pillow, and so I'm just, if you can see it, my phone's like doing this crazy balancing act right now. It's kind of like a circus. But, so currently I'm at my terminal, or not terminal, gate. I'm at my gate right now. We board in about 20 minutes. So, yes, I see the plane. I see the American flag on the plane. I was like, thank you, Lord. We're almost done. We're almost done. So just kind of wanted to give some brief information of what I've kind of been experiencing here. In Japan. I've had a 21-hour layover, which is a crazy long layover, but at the time it was the cheapest flight because I originally had booked a ticket. I had booked a ticket, and then a couple of days later, when I had less than a month before I was supposed to depart, we got a message saying that the flight had been canceled because I was supposed to have a layover in Taiwan, but Taiwan ended up closing its borders because of the virus, and that's where my plane was supposed to go. Whoop. Sorry, I paused it because they had the like public service announcement. Anyway, so my original plane ticket was canceled, and because Taiwan closed its borders due to the virus, and so quickly, we tried to book another plane and called my mom. Like, she was freaking out. We had to book a flight, and the cheapest one was to come have this really long layover in Japan. It said it was going to take me over 40 hours to get back to Little Rock. So, and when I say it was the cheapest one, it cost us about $1,000 American dollars, when typically a one-way trip to the States would only cost about 600 and something. So quite the difference. Unfortunately, God rest my bank account. Anyway, so in Japan, when I got here, obviously, as y'all kind of seen in the other videos, that I was in quarantine. I got pulled aside and put in quarantine for a little while, and it was kind of surprising to them since I was living in China. I was like, yeah, I've been there for 16 months. And they're like, oh, okay. And I had to explain to them, it's like, I come from like Fujo. Fujo hasn't had a case of the coronavirus in like weeks. Fujo's actually really safe now. Like, Fujo's really opened up, and I'm trying to post a video. I gotta take a small video of what Fujo was looking like, which is the barriers came up, they weren't scanning you everywhere you went. It was actually really nice. It looked like Fujo again, which made my heart really happy to see Fujo kind of come back into that positive light. But anyway, so I get to Japan, go into that quarantine little situation that y'all are kind of heard about. As soon as I left, there was news reporters. I'm not joking about this. There was like, it was, I think they said like Tokyo TV news, and they were interviewing me, and I was like, this is the second time when I've gone abroad that I've been interviewed by a newscast. And so I was like, I don't know if it's just because I look crazy foreign, or maybe it was they interviewed me because I had come out of quarantine. But they were kind of asking like, okay, where I'm from, why was I in Japan? And when I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm American, but I came from China. And they were asking how the virus was in China, and I was like, well, I can't speak for all of China, but I told them about Fuzhou and the province that Fuzhou is in. I was like, it's doing really well. It's doing really, really well. So I'm not worried about it, and no one else that I know is worried about it. Honestly, I really think the hype of this coronavirus has just gone way too far. But I do kind of understand Japan's concern with it. Japan's been hit pretty hard with the virus, and my passport didn't look too appealing to them, because it had stamps from Taiwan, and then I also had been to South Korea, and I lived in China. And so now that I was like, oh, okay, and those places are sick, and then like, oh, okay, but now I'm in Japan. Obviously I was there before the coronavirus, but still they were kind of like, okay, when were you there? And how long are you gonna be in Japan? I was like, I'm just here for transit. They're like, okay, you have to stay in the airport. Which sucked. I really wanted to explore Japan because I've always wanted to go to Japan. I love Japan so much. I've never been besides now, but I can't really count this. I've been stuck in an airport. But I have always loved Japan. I love everything Japanese. And so I was like, oh, having this layover in Japan is like a blessing. But anyway, so I got interviewed by some news people, and then I was finally able to go to my hotel, which is in the airport, which took me forever to find. And that was basically very normal. But then like today, I've posted a video saying that so far so good. When, you know how they have the automatic, what is it called? Ticket check-in. And I was denied because it asked, have you been in China? And I was like, yes, I've been in China. And it was like, okay, sorry, nope, not doing it. American airline worker came up and he's like, oh no, what happened? And I was like, it asked the Chinese question, and it asked if I've been in China. And he looked at me, he's like, have you been in China? And I was like, yeah, I live there. And he's like, when'd you come here? And I was like, literally yesterday, my man. And he was like, you gotta go talk to some people. And I was like, great. And that's when I showed that picture of the form, and I'll kind of like, I'll re-show the form when I post this video, asking me for contact information, and they're warning me, you're probably going to be in quarantine when you go to Dallas, and also your luggage is being checked, and you're going to have to go through customs. And I was like, this is a lot. This is really a lot. And so I hope if I do have to do quarantine in Dallas, it's not going to be as bad or as long as it took in Japan, since I only have like a 3-hour layover, and that's a lot to do. So I've got to go through customs, potential quarantine, recheck in. That's kind of a lot to do in 3 hours to make my next flight to hit Little Rock. But I'm hoping that since it will be on American soil and I'm an American, that they, oh, okay, welcome home. We're so glad you're safe. Welcome to us. That's what we're hoping for, but we will see what's going to happen. And unfortunately, this is a really random side note. It's raining today, so it's like a sad day. So it's not a really pretty day to fly, which makes me sad because I like looking out the windows of the planes. Obviously, who doesn't? But it's such a sad day to fly. It's raining, it's cold, and it's raining. But I'm really hoping that things will be better in Dallas. I can kind of imagine things being a little bit hectic in Dallas, being that I am coming from China. Because they said that if I was just to stay in Tokyo and like self-quarantine in Tokyo for 14 days, I really wouldn't have this problem. But that would kind of, though that would be fun, that would also kind of suck because you couldn't really do anything in Tokyo. You just have to be in self-quarantine, sit in a hotel. Which is, what I've heard, I'm going to have to self-quarantine when I get back to the States. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. hopefully I'll figure that out when I get to like Dallas or Little Rock. Someone's gonna tell me, okay, this is the self-quarantine process, and I'm like, thank you, because I have not heard anything. There's literally nothing online that's telling me what I'm supposed to be doing about this. So fingers crossed, my guys. We're gonna board soon, so I'll keep y'all updated. Thank y'all for watching these videos, because it really I really like telling y'all what's going on and how things are like going, trying to come back during this. My friends, I have an update. I am in Dallas. Yay, I'm in America. But I have this ticket, and it had, I can't show you right now because the security officers took it, and it had an X on it. It was my entry ticket, and I had to do extra screening, and now I'm in Dallas quarantine. So they took me away. So they say it's not a problem though, but they just have to ask me some questions. I have to do a little bit of questionnaire, which is fine, but I'm like, oh, I'm okay with this. And they're like, oh, you were teaching? I was like, yeah. They thought it was cool, but yes, Dallas quarantine. Here we go. Quarantine part 2. Guys, I think I may cry. I think I might actually cry. Guys, we are on the last flight before I get to go home, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited. This is the last flight. It's been over 40 hours. I cannot wait to be back in Arkansas. I will let y'all know when I make it back to the good old natural state. Okay, guys.
Keep the I'm in Arkansas.
We officially touched down. I'm literally crying. I'm so glad I don't have a heart. I'm so glad I don't have someone sitting beside me. I'm literally crying right now. It's been 16 months since I've seen this thing. And I just can't contain myself right now. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm so sorry. Apologize for the disheveled appearance. I'm packing today, and I decided I deserve some Starbucks, but I have some really amazing news to show everyone. So let me this area used to be barricaded. The barricades are gone. They're starting to take away like the things that we're no longer barricaded. Isn't that awesome? I mean, everyone's still in a mask, but I feel like things are getting better in Fuzhou, even though I'm like about to leave soon, which is kind of sad, but it's getting better, and I'm so excited for Fuzhou. So this is amazing. Guys, I don't know if you guys seen my past videos, but this area is the street that leads to my apartment, and there usually is a barricade up and they check your temperature before you come through. Like, that was there yesterday, and now it's gone, and it's amazing. I am so happy right now. It's showing that it's getting better, and that they're not having to live in fear so much anymore, which is amazing. Oh gosh, I am so freaking happy. Go Fuzhou, go! Go Fuzhou, go!